Good afternoon, and glad to have you join us on the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. I am Ifoma Ojintan. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has provided 5 billion naira counterpart funding for the actualization of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone for Livestock Production. Chairman Project Implementation Committee, Professor Muhammad Usman, disclosed this at a stakeholders engagement of Africa Development Bank appraisal mission to FCT. Shuaibu Noze Yakubu has the details.
Chairman of the Project Implementation Committee for the actualization of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone for Livestock Production, Professor Muhammad Usman, says the FCT administration has developed a 3-year strategic plan for the livestock production, which is geared towards providing job opportunities for the youths.
What the FCTA is committing to is the provision of counterpart resources that will allow for internal processes needed for project implementation. One of these, for example, is the payment of compensation for the land to be acquired. That will be borne by the administration. The administration is also going to take responsibility for upgrading some of its facilities that are in the grazing reserves. There are milk collection and processing centers, artificial insemination centers, we have art dams and boreholes.
In a presentation, the tax team leader of the African Development Bank, Monde Yambe, says the establishment of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone is one of the bank's strategy of achieving key objectives, which include industrialization and improving the quality of life of Africans.
It will be phased out. It's a program. So the initial phase this year, we have earmarked between us and our partners. So far, we have a confirmed $250 million for the project for 2021.
SAPS is one of President Muhammadu Buhari's plan to take 100 million Nigerians out of poverty for the next 9 years. Shuaibu Noze Yakubu, NTA News.
As part of measures to increase public awareness on sound environmental practices in all communities across the 6 area councils and to inculcate in residents the habits of maintaining clean and hygienic environments in satellite towns, FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu has flagged off inclusive sensitization on environmental sanitation.
Performing the exercise in Kwali Area Council of the Territory, FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu noted that the FCT administration is required to implement higher standards of environmental sanitation and orderliness as its fourth performance deliverable under the next level administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. And to achieve this, all hands must be on deck and everyone has to take responsibility.
Now we are pushing actually in the National Assembly, and in a couple of months we'll have our bills, updated bills, being passed. Some have even passed second reading, and then the updated ones will be announced shortly, both on sanitation, on traffic and so many other things. And that will give us a very sane environment, because any lawless environment actually is not an environment.
Permanent Secretary, FCTA, Olushade Olushola, represented by the Acting Secretary, Area Council Service Secretariat, Ombolola Olanikbekun, stated that the World Bank's reports on the economic impact of poor sanitation across communities in Nigeria estimated that Nigeria loses a whopping 455 billion naira annually.
Sanitation has become a major public health concern with unprecedented attendant adverse impact on all of us.
We are employing all the Kwalians to be law-abiding and to cooperate with the FCT administration so that we can sanitize our area council.
Director Environmental Services Satellite Town Development Department, Mr. Olusegun Olusa, in his overview of the scheme, made known that the FCT Master Plan made provision for development of sanitary engineered landfills at Goza in Abuja Municipal Area Council and in Kuje Area Council, but regretted that both lands have been seriously encumbered.
STDA has been working earnestly towards providing a scenic environment through the provision of basic amenities that will ensure clean and green culture within the satellite towns.
He, however, showed that FCDA is working on the design of an engineered landfill to be situated at 350 hectares currently being salvaged, originally provided for in the master plan. In Abuja,
residents of the FCT have been advised to desist from hawking on the road corridors to avoid prosecution by the Abuja Environmental Protection Board AEPB. This came to the fore during a cleaning exercise at Airport Road. Ayenaji Auta has the details.
Walking by the directive of the FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello to clear all nuisance on the airport road, the Abuja Environmental Protection Board has swung into action to keep the place clean so as to compete favorably with other cities of the world.
We are out and we must make sure we clear all these things. We clear the mechanics, clear the traders, clear all sorts of nuisances that are outside the perimeter fence. This place must be neat. All this open defecation you are seeing, we'll get them arrested and we'll prosecute them.
The team being led by the director AEPB Hassan Abubakar arrived at Kadmajiji, where all makeshift shops on the roadsides were dismantled and ready for pickup to the dump sites. At Lugbe and environs, tall dry grasses were cut down and heap of refuse moved by pen loaders and tippers away to the dump sites for burning, as bush burning is prohibited within the city.
Burning is not allowed. We cannot burn, but if we see somebody burning anything here, we get him arrested and prosecute him. When you follow the rules, you will have rest of mind. Once they said do this, do it, and you will rest. But if you don't want to rest, you will not rest and we will not rest, because we will not sit and watch you doing whatever you want to do. I'm advising the general public to please desist from these infractions.
The director further advises residents to follow the rules, as there will be consistent pin downs and checks on the airport road. Ayenaji Auta, NTA News.
And to health matters now, the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has commenced the COVID-19 vaccination of intending pilgrims and officials expected to last for 10 days. Abdullahi Ajia reports that this was part of proactive measures taken to be in tune with the current health reality in case green light is given to perform this year's Hajj.
Moving with the global health trend that focuses attention on COVID-19 vaccination, which perhaps is becoming a prerequisite for international travelers, like the performance of Hajj to Saudi Arabia, the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board commences the first dose of COVID-19 vaccination on intending pilgrims who registered with the FCT board.
From the feelers we are having, Saudi Arabia is saying that people have to get COVID immunization completed. That is, they must have taken the first jab and the second jab to make a complete dose before they will be allowed to perform the Hajj, if the Hajj is going to take place. So we now, if we don't start this COVID immunization now, we are in March. Hajj exercise is likely to begin, if it will hold, it's likely to begin in June. You understand? So we now felt it is germane that we should immunize our officials and intending pilgrims. So we didn't want to be caught napping.
Vaccination officials from the FCT Primary Healthcare Board were on ground to attend to the intending pilgrims from the 6 area councils and headquarters, done in batches.
Islam has allowed taking precaution and prevention, and that's why we have spiritual one, and of course we have the medical one, which is going on today across the globe, which Islam has never gone against it.
If one did not take it, you are not traveling. And the vaccine is 2 doses, so we're taking the first dose now.
Now that we are having the second group of vaccinators, it's fine.
The process is smooth sailing.
The FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board said it is being proactive and carefully monitoring developments as to whether the holy pilgrimage will be held this year, which is dependent on Saudi authorities. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Now to figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control NCDC as at 29th March 2021 indicates no new case of COVID-19 in the FCT. Total number of confirmed cases, 19,617. Active cases, 2,397. Number of discharged cases in the territory, 17,064. And sadly, 156 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Still talking health, therapeutic treatment is one of the ways medical experts have recommended towards solving a lot of medical challenges. Health correspondent Hakimat Aliu in this special report tells us more.
Therapeutics is a branch of medicine that is concerned with treatment and care of patients for disease prevention and alleviation of pain and injury. An example is the art of acupuncture, amongst others, which holds that disease is caused by an imbalance of energy flow and it attempts to unblock or redirect the flow of energy.
Of bringing back people, giving back people the energy they lose out of the kinds of food they eat, out of careless living. So these equipments help them. As they are using them, it gives them back their health, and the equipment help them to get back their health.
He added that there are also health benefits to some simple practices, such as water therapy.
The hydrogen water has a lot of benefits in the body. It helps to prevent cancer. It helps to, our body is over 75% of our body is water. So the type of water you have in your body has a lot to do in your life. So
exercise, dietary management, use of drugs, surgery, amongst others, are measures for management of different health conditions. Whatever the method, experts say what is important is to achieve results and restore energy and strength to the body system. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
And away from health, the combined team of security personnel raided slums in Jabi and Wuye communities and made some arrests. Shoaibu Onoze Yakubu reports that hard drugs suspected to be cannabis, carefully concealed in bags, were also recovered.
Worried by the incessant cases of kidnappings in some parts of the Federal Capital Territory, the FCT Joint Task Team stormed some criminal hideouts within the nation's capital city. Director of Security Services FCTE Adamugwari said the raid is in response to a report that suspected criminals that constitute nuisance to society were hiding in the affected areas. After stiff resistance by the hoodlums, arrests were made and have since been handed over to the FCT Police Command for prosecution, while the seized hard drugs will be handed over as exhibits to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
Today we address the area at the fringes of Jabi, between Jabi and Wuye district, where we received a report. As you can see, the number of drugs, the quantity of drugs uncovered in the course of the operation. So in the course of the exercise, we look at the shanties that are within the forests of between Jabi and Wuye district, where such shanties were removed, and in the process we uncover large quantity of weed discovered to be Indian hemp. As you can see, the way and manner at which such drugs are concealed, it presupposes that such shanties are not only covering the activities of the petty criminals, but drug bearers.
On the issue of undeveloped plots and uncompleted buildings serving as criminal hideouts in the territory, the Director of Security revealed that city managers have already been mandated to enumerate those properties and take adequate measures against those who fail to develop their property. Shoaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Let's pause to take some messages. More reports in a moment. Please stay. Thanks for staying tuned. Now, the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, Federal Capital Territory Chapter, has presented its 12th chairman and members of Senate that will pilot the affairs of the institute for the next 2 years. The 12th chairman, Nana Ejioku, says the new tenure will be known for creating limitless opportunities, thereby empowering members. Safia Noma Uche reports.
That
was ushering the 12th chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, who will serve for 2 years. The event, which had many dignitaries in the building sector, lauded the past leadership of the institute, who they say performed extremely well.
We have been looking forward to having an office complex in FCT, and during my tenure, to the glory of God, we have a befitting office right now.
The 12th chairman of the institute bade Nana Ejioku call on quantity surveyors home and abroad to join hands to rebrand the institute.
The next 2 years, we are going to look out for an improved policy FCT chapter.
I'm so happy, so excited. This chapter was my baby.
Awards were given to distinguished members of the institute, including the General Manager, NTA Properties, Lydia Shuaibu.
My boss, the Managing Director of NTA Properties, Mrs. Lydia Shuaibu, we are elated. I know she's very happy. You know, she's a very hardworking woman, a determined woman, a woman who believes that hard work is the only way forward.
Senate members also took their oath to handle affairs of the institute with respect to members and grooming the younger generation. Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
The deplorable state of roads in some parts of Kubwa, a satellite town of the FCT, is causing hardship and difficulty for human and vehicular movement in the area. Aisha Bashir reports that residents are appealing for urgent rehabilitation as the rains usually compound mobility.
Investigations revealed that most of the roads in Kubwa have been tarred, but the road at the Federal Housing Junction leading to Gadonasco Road is in a poor state with the rain setting in.
Since we have been here for past 6 years, the road has been like this. The road is usually dusty during the dry season, and during the rainy season, you know, every road is somehow watering and all that.
This road had been as bad as this. Nothing has been done concerning the road. And we are facing challenges. As we are going to enter rainy season now, any day the rain fell, there will be no space to pass. Everywhere will be, swampy.
Motorists who decry the situation plead to the relevant authorities to come to their aid, as the road is at a strategic location with commercial activities going on there.
If it is in the morning, when workers are going to work, you can from the front of that drain to this place, you spend up to 25 to 30 minutes in a short space of road. And even in the same thing.
I like government to do this work, either to link this road from this road to enter the main road, or to renovate this one. This one will they manage.
Others lament that the bad road is affecting their vehicles, resulting to car maintenance expenses on a daily basis. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
Gwagwalada last week experienced traffic gridlock that caused undue hardship to both motorists and commuters plying that route. Hawagimba reports that the Gwagwalada expressway traffic is gradually easing.
One of the major routes linking Lokoja and other eastern parts of the country, as at last week, commuters and motorists experienced a total gridlock which affected vehicular movement along the axis. As at Monday, NTA crew visited the area. Commuters in the road move on a low pace, with officers of the VIO on ground to manage the situation.
It's just impatience. People doesn't have a patience. For you to just allow me for a little chance for me to go, the small car will come and overthrow the big car. So they will just enter like 4 or 5.
Residents and motorists are calling on relevant authorities to ensure speedy completion of the ongoing construction on the road.
I would like to commend the contractors. They are really trying their best. But the truth is that they are not fast enough.
Bearing in mind that raining season is around the corner, residents are hopeful that the road will be ready soon. Hawagimba, NTA News.
The residents of Idu district remain grateful to the present administration of Abuja Municipal Area Council (AMAC) for the unfettered attention given to the growth of the community. The Hakimi of Idu, Alhaji Ishak, made this known to correspondent Ilyasu Notu Yakubu, who was in the district on a roving assignment.
Idu is a fast-growing community, both in human infrastructure and social amenity-wise. But like the popular Oliver Twist, the people can never be satisfied enough in their demand for more. Mohammed Nasiru lived all his life in Idu. He says, apart from the advent of cultism, which distracts the focus of some youths in the community negatively, residents have a lot to be grateful for, which is evident in the ongoing road construction in the Hinta area by the area council. This is in addition to light, water, and other social amenities that the people access to make life bearable for them.
The seats in primary schools, when you go to primary school, you discover there is not enough seats. So actually we need intervention on that particular aspect. And in secondary school, we have senior secondary school presently, of which, glory be to Almighty, government have started intervention on it. We have enough space.
The infrastructure that is coming, they say estate is coming to take part of the land. We have seen them coming. We appreciate.
The traditional stool of Idu district is fervently happy with the rapid socio-infrastructural and population growth of the community. As the Hakimi explains, the people can only do well by cooperating with the area council administration.
Municipal has been of help to the community, not only Idu. If you go around, all the activity in municipal area council is being given by municipal area council. Really thank the area council for the assistance rendering to the community. Yes.
On security, the royal father appealed to residents to continue to cooperate with statutory agencies to sustain the relative peace and development in the districts. Ilyasu Notu Yakubu, NTA News.
And talking sports now, Confederation of African Football (CAF) has cleared Alex Iwobi to play today's game against Lesotho after testing negative for COVID-19 as NBA Africa League prepares to launch in May. Cynthia Ogun has more on Sports Brief.
The Nigeria Football Federation announced that Confederation of African Football has cleared Super Eagles forward Alex Iwobi to play in Nigeria's game against Lesotho at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Lagos today after the forward's COVID-19 test results came out negative. The Everton of England player earlier tested positive to COVID-19 before Nigeria vs Benin match, which excluded him from the game on Saturday. Meanwhile, in the Nigeria Professional Football League highlights, Enyimba returned to winning ways after beating 8th place Aqua Starlets 1-0. They now have 30 points from 15 matches, while MFM's victory on Thursday was short-lived as Jigawa Golden Stars defeated them 1-0. In other news, Basketball Africa League is slated to open its inaugural 14-day season on May 16 in Kigali, Rwanda. 12 teams from Africa, including Angola, Egypt, Senegal, Algeria, Mali, Nigeria, amongst others, will feature in the inaugural competition. In tennis, Japanese Naomi Osaka has extended her winning streak to a 23rd March as she moved into the Miami Open quarterfinals for the first time. Osaka's unbeaten run includes claiming the US Open and Australian Open titles, cleared Elise Mertens with a 6-3, 6-3 score. With Sports Brief, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
And just before we go, here's a quick reminder. The COVID-19 vaccine is free. Please avail yourself the opportunity to be inoculated. It is the effective way of curtailing the spread of the virus. And that concludes the news at 1. There'll be more news at 7 this evening. Do join us then and have a good afternoon.